Hello.
Hey everybody. Today we're going to be talking about the pros and cons of living in Houston. For those who don't remember, I'm Roddy.
I'm Landy.
And in our channel we talk about all things real estate and life here in Houston, and even on our farm sometimes. So let's kind of just jump into it. What do you think? Pros of living in Houston.
Yeah, pros. For me, the number one pro is we're close to the beach. It's not too far, about over 1 hour drive. We have several lovely beaches around Houston.
Right, I think depending on where you live, right, it could be anywhere from 20 minutes to an hour, or where we are, about 2 hours. And again, you do have a couple of options, of going to the beach. They are nice in general, maybe not as nice as other beaches, in other parts of the country. But again, it does still give you that option of going there, for people who like to just hang out with their family or maybe do some fishing. It even has some good things to do, the little boardwalk in Galveston. Yeah. What they call the pleasure piers, a little kind of like a carnival atmosphere, very nice. So definitely the beaches around here is a plus. Another big plus or pro of living here in the Houston area is the cost of living. Now, Houston is a big city. If you look at the whole metroplex, you're looking at about maybe 6 million people. And so for such a big area, you're talking about a relatively low cost of living as far as groceries or even the housing market. Again, are there some places out there that are less expensive? Sure. But you're not going to get as much stuff in those areas as you do in the Houston area. So housing and food, very, very low. Yeah,
related to the housing price, Houston is also a big hub for investment. It's a very good chance to find some good rental properties, as the return on investment is pretty good. And you can get a cash flow and also appreciation. It's very hard to find both of it in most areas in the U.S.
Right. Or if you're just into flipping, definitely you can buy some houses at a low enough price where you can still have enough profit after you flip it. So definitely very good for investing. Another good thing about living in the Houston area is, again, you're exposed to a lot of different culture. Again, I know maybe people have their different view of Houston, but there are lots of events going on. There's even lots of areas of town that people may not expect. Again, there's little Hispanic areas and Greek areas, Italian areas, Chinatown. And that's just one aspect of it. Of course, even when it comes to culture on a bigger scale, again, there's some of the highest amount of art galleries. There's cultural events happening every week, whether it's music or in the arts. So you can definitely be exposed to a lot of different things here in Houston, which again, if you like to go out and do things, there's always going to be things for you to do pretty much any day of the week here.
Right.
What else?
Another pro, of course, is the job opportunities. Houston is a center for medical industry. What else? The
oil and gas,
right. Energy.
Even education, right? Because there's a lot of schools out here. So yeah, there's definitely a big job opportunity for lots of people. And of course, when you're talking about all those different fields, oil and gas and medical, etc., again, that brings a lot of opportunities in all levels of those markets. Again, from the lowest paying jobs all the way up to the CEOs and everything in between. So there's definitely lots of opportunity for people to make money and have a job. So that's why people are coming here all the time. It's constantly growing here. I don't know how many people are coming here daily, but it's quite a bit.
Yeah, you live in this city, you just feel the energy. Everyone working hard. There's so many opportunities here.
Yeah. So if you're looking for a job, definitely a place to look for. Another thing about the area is if you want to escape. Here in Houston, we have a big international airport, which is the George Bush Airport. So it makes it easy to travel. It is a major hub here in Texas. I think Houston and Dallas are the two major hubs as far as airport. So if you want to escape to places like us, we like to go to Mexico. It's very easy. Just go to the airport, hop in, a couple hours, you're in Mexico or anywhere in the U.S. So it makes it very easy to travel.
Yeah. That's easy.
Something else, I guess it kind of goes back with culture, is the food. Oh, there's lots and lots of different food and delicious food here in Houston. No matter what you like, no matter what your taste is, there is definitely something for everybody when it comes to all different types of ethnic foods or just good old barbecue. Yeah. You're definitely going to find some very good mouth-watering food here in Houston.
Yeah, like these days, it's the crawfish season.
Oh, yeah. It's crawfish season just started. I know people may have their different opinions about crawfish. We love it. We know it's very popular here in the South, and it's just getting started. And oh yeah, we are looking forward to it. We've already had it once.
Yeah, that's what I miss when I live in Mexico. You don't find that.
Yeah.
Or in some other cities in Texas, you also don't find it.
Right.
It's not very popular.
Oh yeah,
Houston is a
definitely
big thing.
in the East Texas and all along the South is where you're going to find the big crawfish culture. Oh yeah, we definitely love it. I guess one last thing would be good schools.
The good schools.
Good schools. That may not be in the city of Houston itself. Here you're looking more around the suburbs of Houston. Again, it does offer some of the best school districts in the U.S. I mean, of course, there's the Woodlands in Cypress, Sugarland, which are some really, really, really great schools. So if you have a family and kids, you really have a great opportunity to put them in some good schools here in the area, right? So something else that you may want to consider if you move to Houston. Now, of course, on the other side, when you have the pros, we have our cons.
We have our cons, yeah.
And I'm sure people have their ideas about Houston and some of the cons, but what are some things they may want to consider?
Yeah, I keep hearing people complain, of course, it's so humid, it's so hot in the summer, and the summer is tedious long. Yes, it's true.
Yeah.
Mosquitoes, yes, it's true. Flood zone, we've been through the 2018 Hurricane Harvey, and a lot of areas got flooded. Yes, it's also the truth.
Yeah. So weather is definitely an issue when you come to Houston. It is not for the faint of heart. When it's hot, it's hot. When it's rain, it rains.
Yeah, especially most people, if they live in California for very long, they will feel like, no, I cannot stand the weather in Texas, in Houston area.
Yeah. Oh, it definitely has its moments for sure. I think even here the last few weeks, it's been extremely rainy and wet, kind of constantly. So which has been kind of a bummer, especially trying to work outside. But definitely consider weather. Another thing would be when it comes to housing. One of the big things we have here is a high property tax.
Yeah, that's people complaining about. But
Right.
you don't get both. You want a lower house price. Yeah, the median price here is pretty low, 350 to 400K.
Right.
Yeah, you want to get something cheaper here, but you also want a low tax. You just cannot get both.
Right. So it kind of balances out.
Yeah, but also here in Texas, we don't have sales tax. So that also can save a lot.
Right. So again, when it comes to the actual house itself, sure, there is property tax, but like we said, that one is kind of offset by the price of homes here in general. So take that into consideration.
But for rental property, we don't care. It's called our can write off.
Oh, true.
Yeah. If for your homestead, of course, you try to fight every year, but that's something you need to consider. It is higher than most places in the U.S.
Right. And another thing is the traffic. Again, Houston is a big city with a few interstates running through. Again, just three I can think of: 45, 59, and I-10. These are three big interstates that run all over, the U.S., not just through Texas. So that creates a lot of traffic, and of course, all the peripheral highways and stuff. So if you live and work in Houston, expect anywhere you go at minimum to take you 30 to 45 minutes, even if it's just a few miles away, and again maybe even longer. Again, I know like my brother-in-law, he had to travel about an hour and a half every day from home to where he used to live, and from where he used to work. So expect to be in traffic quite a bit. People can be aggressive drivers here too. That's one of the things you hear a lot when you look online, how fast people drive here and how aggressively people drive here. Yeah, it's true. For the most part, you better keep on moving and move fast. And if you don't have thick skin, you're going to get frustrated and upset really quickly at how people can drive. So definitely something to be aware of when you're coming into Houston.
Yeah.
for all the good and the bad.
Right.
Then what about last? I know the big thing that people always think about when they think about Houston is the crime.
Yeah. They were talking about a gun shooting in Texas.
Oh,
Yeah.
Houston itself.
Yeah, we do hear lots of the bad news daily. And before we moved into Mexico, I did my research. Also, the Houston crime went up a lot.
Oh yeah, I think it was even like surpassing Chicago as far as the most as far as the most crimes per capita per day. And again, I mean that is one of the things that happens when you live in a big city like this. But just like, even if you travel or go anywhere, it's just all about your surroundings. Of course, there are some areas that have a higher incidence of crime.
Yeah.
So you just need to be aware if you live in those areas or are traveling through those areas. Again, just be aware of what's happening around you. Don't stay there too long.
Yeah, when you book Airbnb or hotel, you try to choose a safe zone.
Right.
Right, if you travel here. But of course, when you live here, you try to live in a safer neighborhood.
Right. because just like any place, there's a lot of areas here that don't experience that much crime. They're very safe in general, and of course there's your general break-ins and this and that, but people are very quick to point out all that kind of stuff happens anywhere. And violent crime tends to be in certain areas. So as long as you avoid those areas, for the most part, Houston is a great place to live.
Yeah, and the most of crime, gun shooting, it happened in their own small group. They got some issue by their dealing some bad things.
Right. I mean, are there random acts of violence? Again, sure, but like Landy said, most parts it tends to be kind of concentrated to within certain groups. So again, just keep that into consideration. And again, overall, it's still very safe. Overall.
Yeah, overall, especially if you live in the suburbs.
Oh yeah. Once you start living outside, it gets a little bit safer. But again, little things here and there, of course, but overall very safe.
Yeah, like even we buy rentals, we don't really buy those very rough criminal areas, high crime areas.
Right.
We try to avoid those areas. That's just our thing. But some people don't care because their return on investment is pretty good.
It was pretty good. I would say even one of our rentals is maybe in a kind of suspect area. It would definitely be considered a low income area, but we've never had any complaints from our tenants who've been there. We've never had anything happen to our house, even while it was vacant. So again, even there, things have been pretty good and pretty safe. I think a lot of times, just like a lot of things, the media tends to hype things more than they really are. So yeah. Anything else? Any other cons or you want to add in there? I think maybe that's it.
Yeah, I think that's all the cons we could think about after living in Houston for
5 years before, and now what, 5-6 months now.
Yeah.
I in general, for me, and I'll speak maybe for us, I think the pros definitely outweigh the cons. I mean, some things you can't avoid, like the weather. That's going to hit you no matter what. But crime and things like that, property tax is just a part of living here. But again, there's so many things to do, and there's always things happening. Just the other week, I took Louis out to the Monster Jam. Again, he loved the monster truck. There's sporting events. I mean, there's just so many things to do. Or if you like the arts, again, there's concerts and art halls and everything happening here. And the food is just great. So again, to us, I think all of those outweigh the cons by far. And we've always enjoyed living here.
Yeah, so far so good.
Yeah. So that's our list of pros and cons. What do you think? Anything you would like to add, take away, comments, leave them below. We'd love to hear from you, and we'll talk to you later.
Thanks for watching. Bye.